Hi everybody, welcome back to a new video on my YouTube channel, or if this is your first time here, welcome to a video on my YouTube channel. I haven't been too present this year on YouTube. There's been a lot of stuff going on in my personal life. I had an uncle die, my father died, and so that took a lot of mental and physical bandwidth. And so with family obligations and home obligations and work obligations, the one thing that unfortunately had to go by the wayside was YouTube. And that's okay. It actually gave me some time to, really think about my planning, really think about my journaling, really think about when I was needed in different ways by family and friends, what I had time for and what I didn't have time for really changed. So I moved back into a passport size traveler's notebook, which you see me using right there, and a standard size. And these are ones that I have been using since 2013 probably, or at least those sizes, not these notebooks. These are covers by Bree at Documented Journey. I'll link her down below. I don't get any kickback. I just love that she uses reusable, renewable, earth-friendly products. And I love that they're olive green, one of my favorite colors. So you saw I pulled out my Traveler's Company tin to get a little paper clip because we're in the new quarter and I'm in a new insert and I needed a new paper clip. So I'm just planning out my day and some stickers that I've created of Lila and Seamus. I might be selling those on Ko-fi. We'll see. If there's interest for them, I will. If there isn't, I will just have lots of stickers of Lila and Seamus to place everywhere. So now I jump into my standard size notebook, and you'll notice that I'm using different inserts. I stepped away from using my inserts because I had printed them all on Tomoe River paper, and I understand so much what Sam plans, her love and hate with Tomoe River paper. Every pen, no matter what pen I used, it smeared. And so I was using blotting paper in between everything, and it just became such a hassle. There were just smears everywhere, and I'm not one of those, it has to look pretty. I'll scratch something out and move on. It just was, I was just getting a little tired of the paper, so I went to Crefective Paper and downloaded a couple of her inserts in the passport and in the standard size, her monthly and her weekly, just to kind of see how something different than mine works, because I've been using mine for quite some time and I wanted a little bit of a change. And so I'm just writing some notes here. Sorry, I have a little bit of a cough still. No matter what, I can't seem to get rid of that flu allergy bug thing that's been going around. So I've been playing in my planners, and I've really been enjoying back to the passport and standard size. And you'll see the pens that I'm using. These are Writech. They're the pens where there's two colors. The one I'm using with the standard is like a grape purple and a gray. And the one I'm using with the passport is a olive and honey. So kind of like a green and orange or dark orange. And I'm liking having the two colors to choose from. So I spent some time in my planners, and since it's morning, I had my coffee. You saw I took a sip of my coffee. I'm going to take another sip right now. But I pull out my little stamper, my date stamper, and I'm having to remember what is today's date? And then you'll see me start to move the numbers around as I'm thinking. And so eventually I'll pull out my little planner and look, and then I'll kind of get this like realization, oh yes, it's the 11th. And so I'm getting that all set up. There I reach for my passport and look at the date, and yep, it's the 11th. So I can stamp in my large journal. This large cover you can see underneath me is another core cover by Bree, A Documented Journey, and is in the composition notebook size. And this is what I've been using for just everyday journaling, for like the artist's way journaling. And so what I do is I stamp the little corner, and just so I have a quick little note for what day I did this writing. And then I grab a little plastic box of pencils I have that are Writech in a variety of colors, and then I decide to start my daily morning pages, and here we go. So I thought I would share a little bit of my writing. It's nothing crazy personal. It's just general daily random stream of consciousness. Well, it's Tuesday morning. I'm writing my morning pages. I'm going to try to do this every day this week. It feels a little meta. I am watching a YouTube video of mine from Patreon to make sure it uploaded correctly while I am journaling on camera. I really never journal like this on camera. This is just some random train of thought, first thing in the day, with my coffee to just get my head, hand, and brain going. Something that I cannot read what I wrote. Something I have not. Over time, I am getting over my FOMO. Oh, something I have noticed over time. I am getting over my FOMO. If I don't have something, I feel okay about it. I love watching people get their items they love. I can be excited for them without having to get one for myself. It has taken a long time to feel that way. In the beginning, I waited or wanted to be the first to get the item, to film a video about it, and then I would set it aside, set it on a shelf on my desk, and not look at it for days, weeks, months, a few things for a few years, while me, are in the process of decluttering again. I don't feel the same attachment to the items I have bought. I feel that I am realizing the old me from those items and feeling myself or freeing myself to know someone, to know something new. The item, whether it be planning, journaling, art, or even, music supplies. They served a purpose in the past. They do not at the present and might not in the future. I feel with all the changes and chaos that has been present for the past 2 years, I am releasing my old self-preconceived ideas of who I am and who I want to be. I have been talking loosely about minimalism for the past 4 or 5 years and slowly working my way to a more intentional way of life, whatever that may look like or be. We will see, as it is a work in progress. So that was my journaling that you see me doing right here. Just random trains of thought. And I normally don't reread them, but that one actually was a really good one to to reread, even though it's only been like about an hour or so after I wrote it. But it's good to reread it because, that is something to make note of, that things are changing, and that's okay, and that is good. And the attachment that I did have to things in the past will change. I've separated many of my traveler's notebooks from my collection and put them in a plastic bin in their cloth bags that many of them come with, and I haven't touched them. Some of them in months, some of them in years. Even some ring planners I haven't touched in years. And I'm looking at it like, I like it. I'm not using it. It's just creating clutter, or it's sitting in a box in a closet. And that isn't necessary. So that means like some big things could be leaving my collection, like my file effects. I have the ochre Molden in the Pocket, Personal, and A5. I haven't used those in months, years. I've got a couple of other binder planners from like Moterm and what's that other company? Print Pression. They're wonderful planner covers. They're wonderful binders. I just don't use them. I always come back to the Traveler's Notebook Standard and Passport size. I think that's because that was where I discovered a planning system that worked for me. And I think that's why I always come back to that size. So I finished my journaling, and then I decided, wait, I want to do some sketching. Let's put my pen away. And this is something I normally don't do all in one setting, but it actually was like kind of a good thing that I did, because here I was, filming just some like B-roll footage. And I'm like, wait, this can become a YouTube video. So this is my new sketchbook that I just started. I did some swatches. I did some sunflowers, some swatches. I did those little flowers yesterday, and I'm going to do something now. So I'm just going to let the music play, and you can watch me have fun doing a kind of like a little tree that my mom has in the living room at the woods, and they even have one at home. I can't remember what it's called, like not a ficus. I can't remember the name, but enjoy. go. Look at that. I just spent a little bit of time with a quick pencil sketch, and then I pulled out some of my not Arteza. Those are Zen Art Supply watercolors. They're a little set that I got quite a while ago. They're called the Sereno set, and they're just little, like, kind of like quarter pans. They say half pans, but they're little quarter pans of watercolor that are highly pigmented, and they're just like craft. They're not like Daniel Smith or Rosa or any of those other wonderful watercolors. They're just little craft watercolors that are perfect for something like this. And then I got out my Chromaflow, my original 24 set that I got of the Chromaflow pencils, just to kind of add a little detail. And then I wanted to erase a couple of pencil lines. And there you go. I want to thank you for spending some time with me today, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.